Hi guys, how's it? Kia ora, to me kiwi whanau, good day to everyone else, and COVID sucks. Yes guys, I did test positive last Saturday for COVID. Still kind of going through the whole rigmarole with it. Had the upper chest congestion, the head congestion, the headaches, the stomach issues. Now it's like kind of the end of that. It's getting to more of the fatigue stage here. Kind of just getting up and doing anything basic just takes all the energy out of you. Even getting up and kind of coming in and doing this, but alas, I could not go without it. As we have reached that critical time here, ladies and gentlemen, that second game lineup has been announced for this weekend at Ellis Park and Joburg between the All Blacks and the mighty Springbok. We got the lineups this morning from the Kiwi lads. And yeah, let's kind of just go through them and we'll kind of talk about some of the changes to both lineups and hopefully some predictions and some key things that maybe will make us hopefully be happy Springbok fans at the end of the day. So starting off front row for the All Blacks, came off the bench last week and really gave it all. His all last week was Ethan de Groot, so they're going to give him a start this week with Semasoni Tiaki Ahu and Tyrell Lomax. That will make up the front row for the All Blacks. Locks will be veteran Sam Whitelock and Scott Barrett. Shannon Frizzell moves from the bench to the starting 15. He will be opposite side Sam Cane, who is captaining this side, with Ardie Savea, who had a great game last week despite the score. Very, very solid number 8 there in Ardie Savea. Aaron Smith, the go-to scrum half, will be the starter for the All Blacks, with Richie Mo'unga making the move from the bench to the starting 15 this week. Caleb Clarke and Will Jordan, the same exact two wingers that played last week. Will Jordan almost a non-factor. Caleb Clarke had a couple of good key runs there. One of the big ones stopped by Damian Valemza there in the second half. No changes to the midfield either. David Havili, Rico Iwani are the midfield, and absolutely no changes to their fullback, Jordy Barrett. Was a little bit of debate whether he was going to be being able to get the start or not. Some ankle issues, and nope, he is starting at fullback. The bench is Cody Taylor, George Bauer, and possibly making his debut, the first All Black born in this century, would be Fletcher Newell. Tupou Vai and Akira Iwani make up the forward replacements, obviously with Akira getting the start last week. Finley Christie, the redheaded, steps on there, and Beauden Barrett goes from starting to the bench and finished out by Quinn Tupaia. Now we go over to the Springboks. A late change in the Springboks. We had originally had Trevor Nakane getting the start. He is out due to, I guess it was maybe like a lingering issue of some kind, but we get Oxenche, Joseph Dweba, and Franz Baharoba will be the starting front row, with Eben Etzebeth and Lou DeHager as the locks. Captain Sia Khaleesi and Peter Steph-Totoy will make up the flankers, and making his return is the mighty, mighty Thor, Duane Vermeulen, one of my favorites of all time, starting in that number 8 jersey. What a fetcher that guy is, proper size. He's lost a bit of a step in his old age, but he's still definitely very good at the breakdown, and he's definitely great. Just a good player all around. Fozzy de Klerk, still lingering injury from getting knocked out 43 seconds into the first game last week. But I was another guy I was very impressed at was Jaden Hendricks. He will be getting the start at scrum half there. The 100% kicker from last week, Andre Pollard, will be getting the start at first 5/8. No Kurt Leorenza, as he is suspended for the next month after the red card against Beauden Barrett of the All Blacks. So we will get Jesse Kriel in the 14th jersey, and Makazole Mapibi takes his place rightfully in that number 11, that left wing jersey. No changes to the best midfield and all of World Rugby, Damien Dialende, Lucanio Om having an absolute masterclass last week. We all saw it. And Damian Valemza once again starting in at fullback. The front row replacements will be man of the match, 50th cap last week, Malcolm Marks, Stephen Kitsoff, and Vincent Koch. No complaints whatsoever there. Franco Mustard, Jasper Vise, and Quagga Smith will make up the rest of the forward replacements. Herschel Jonkies will be the scrum half replacement, and veteran Willie LaRue, the try scorer in the final minute of the game last week, will be the relief. So, like I said, a couple of changes, not many major ones to the Springboks. We obviously knew that Arenza was out, kind of figured that the Clarke, both of them were going to be out. It's good to get the veteran leadership of somebody like Duane Vermeulen, and I do like the idea of having Quagga and Marks come off the bench, because they're both absolute just monsters at the breakdown, getting turnovers, that kind of thing, and it'll be good in the second half, especially if the All Blacks do come out with that ferocity that we're used to them having, that they just haven't had in a while. Not really worried about that All Blacks front row whatsoever. We're going to play with them like they're small children. We're going to push them around pretty easily. Shouldn't be any issues on the scrums. Now, if they can stay out of penalty trouble, we might get in a little bit of trouble, guys, because there were a few moments last week where they really had us kind of against the ropes a bit. But, obviously we were able to get out of that pretty easily with a pretty comfortable win. The biggest win, I think we equaled our biggest win against them in history. So, do I think that's going to happen again this week? No, but I still think we come away with the win with no real pressure. It's going to be, like I said, interesting. Anybody that happened to watch the Argentina and Wallabies game, that terrorist Quade Santini Cooper out for the rest of the year, possibly for his career at this point. Definitely out for at least a year. But good on them for actually getting a victory, coming back and beating Los Pumas. They got another game this week. We'll see how it goes. The final score of that game didn't really reflect how close it actually was. It just, in that second half, Argentina kind of just poured it on towards the last 10 minutes of the game. With this one, I'm hoping that, we can go into half the same thing, kind of a 10-0 score, 13-3, something like that. Bring on the bomb squad, let them close up shop for the day, and get everyone home early. But I will not be doing a live this week. I do have trainings for work if I go. As of right now, I'm planning on going back to work tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. I am pretty much drained out of energy of anything. Like, even just walking around the apartment is just like, it feels like I'm walking 10 miles. I have no energy anymore. I'm just going to see how it goes in the morning when I head back into the shop and see how that goes. But 10:05 local start time here. Any of my followers, if you could try not to, I'm going to be at work, so if you can try not to spoil the end result for me, because as soon as I get home, I'm sitting in front of the TV to watch the game. You know how it is, man. It's, unfortunately, I have to work during the game this time. It's not going to be very often, but when I do, I do. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but it is overtime for work, so it's a good paycheck at least. But should be a great game. Like I said, I'm expecting a Springbok victory once again. By the same margin, probably not so much, but it should be a great game no matter what. So wherever you're at in the world, I hope that you have, family and friends, or you go to the pub, or maybe you live in Joburg and you're going to the game, and I am very jealous. I will send my jealousy from Texas. But other than that, man, I hope everyone's been doing well. Obviously, I can't wait to get over this crap and get back to my normal life. But, I hope everyone's having a great week. Cheers, guys.